Hi everybody, welcome to All That and Then Some with Dawana. I'm Dawana. This is your first time here. Hey girl, hey, 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 hey. Let me explain to you what my YouTube blog is all about. What I do here is I tell stories from my past that made me the woman I am today and is going to push me into the woman that God has made me to be in the future and what He's always seen in me. And I do that by using the word of the day. Yes, I love words, and I hope that you love words too. That's why you're here. And, God made us all that and then some, because He made us in His image. And that's something that we need to remember. So I want to make this as short and sweet as possible. What I'm going to be talking about today is my hair journey. Yes, I've been on a hair journey for the last year. All last year, I was on another hair journey. And I did a blog about this that I just posted on... I just posted a couple of days ago, and I will leave the link to that blog if you want to read it below. But pretty much I'm going to be saying the same thing in this video that I said in that blog. So, but you get to see my actual hair. So, yes, I did a thing, y'all. I cut my hair. As you can see, I cut my hair. Yes, I cut my hair. And I added lock extensions to my hair. Yes, I did. And there were some reasonings why I went about doing this for myself. And I just want to talk about it today. So bear with me, all right? Because I got to get to the word of the day. All right, so the word of the day today is beamish. Beamish. And what it means is smiling with happiness or optimism. And I would have to say I am feeling a wee bit beamish about myself and about how 2021 is coming around, and why I decided to, shave off all my hair and just go with lock extensions and do my lock journey my way, and, why I decided to do this. So let's get to it. Last year, I started my locks I actually started really in 2019 in October, but I didn't like how they were done, so I started again in April, and I love the girl that was doing my hair. She really helped me with growing out my edges, because my edges have always been balding, and they were starting to thrive and everything. But in the midst of my hair starting to thrive and grow, I started suffering anxiety about work stuff, anxiety about personal stuff, anxiety about things that had to do with my children. I started getting depressed because, I couldn't go to church like I used to. I couldn't be around all the saints like I used to. Like I said, I feel like I'm a teenager in the Lord. I'm still growing. I'm still learning things about myself, and I always felt like I needed to be around the saints to get a revelation, and that's not true. I have really learned how to get my own personal revelations myself sitting at home, but it's nothing like being in church, at your church home, and being around the other saints and just feeling the Holy Spirit just everywhere. And I did get to go to church this morning, and I just loved it. I will be going back. I missed it so much. I was crying, I was speaking in tongues, and I was doing all that good stuff that I've always been doing since I've been up in the church. So I'm glad to be back. But last year I wasn't so, I wasn't going to church like I did every Sunday. I was stuck in the house. There was a couple of months where I was just working at home. I had, I was raising my grandson. I had one of my kids living with me, and it was like, I felt like everybody else around me was taking over, and I let everybody else's problems become my problems. And in doing that, why does my shoulder look, what is wrong with my shirt? I know my tatas just they always gonna look like they look. So I'm trying to hide them, but So I always back to what I was saying, I always let other people's problems like enter into my body, like mentally, emotionally, and I take on them. And in doing that, that's where my anxiety levels rose up. And one thing I used to do when I was younger was when I was anxious about something, I would go to pulling at my hair. So I knew that I was doing it. I was pulling at my locks. I was pulling them out. I was taking them out. Like my locks in the back would not lock whatsoever. I would go every 3-4 weeks. And by like the second week, they would be unraveled. The back of my hair just would not lock, period. It would not bud or anything. So when it was doing that, I was just picking at it, picking. You know, anytime something got on my nerves, I would just lay in my bed, pick. I don't got nothing to pick no more. But that's what I used to do. And in doing that, my hair just was falling out. And the more my hair fell out, the more I started feeling like, you know, maybe this lock journey isn't for me. You know, maybe this ain't the right time. Like, I'm not in the right frame of mind for this. And I realized that, you know, your hair takes on the personification of what you're feeling inside. And inside, I was feeling nasty and dirty and, you know, just all types of negative energy was just dwelling all up inside of me. And I felt like my hair was just like, it was screaming what I was feeling on the inside. So like 10 years ago, this is when I was a drunk, when I'm an alcoholic, yes. And 10 years ago, when I was really in my most alcoholic state of mind, I remember waking up one day and I looked at my hair, and back then my hair was a mess too. You know, like I had patches of hair missing here. You know, I would just throw a wig on without no cap or nothing like that. So that's probably what did my edges in. So I remember waking up one day, still drunk, and I went into my bathroom of the house I was living in that was roach infested. It had mice everywhere. And I just looked around and I said, you know what, this house just looks like how I feel. You know, let's be all the way honest. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I went in the kitchen, I got some scissors and I just cut off all my hair. I was still drunk. I woke up drunk and cut off all my hair. And I think I passed out on the couch. I think I woke back up, went into the bathroom and said, what in the world did you do to your hair, girl? And I was like, what am I going to do? So for a couple of weeks, I just sat around and kept putting my wigs on and stuff and didn't do anything about it. Finally, I went and I got my hair cut at a barber and I loved how I looked. I felt so freeing when I had gotten my hair cut those 10 years ago. But it was like society, I was still so worried about what everybody else was going to think that for like, I think I cut my hair in June of 2011. I think I kept the wig on from June all the way until November of 2011. Like nobody even knew I cut my hair. I remember when I walked into my old job and they were like, oh, you look like Michelle Cello. And I was like, haha, yeah, thank you. But it really took, you know, my cousin Ian, he would push me to walk outside with my hair looking the way it did. And I was like, you know, Ian, no, I can't walk out looking like this. I look a sight. I look like a boy, you know, and I was still heavy into my drinking and all the other kind of drugs I used to do. So I was like, boy, shut up. I'm not doing that. But eventually, like by the end of November, beginning of December, I really embraced my hair and not having any hair. And like, here's a picture right here of what my hair looked like 10 years ago. And I really embraced it and I started feeling more free. And in me embracing me not having this luscious, you know, hair on my head, I really started like picking up like my personality and my style. You know, I don't wear makeup, so, you know, eventually I'll pick up some kind of way of doing that and all that stuff. But as far as my style with my dress and, you know, I carried myself high and I felt so, you know, it felt so freeing, and I felt so cleansed. And from that, I feel like the trajectory of my life started going, because I didn't care about what anybody else thought. It was just all about me. So come last month in December, I was looking at my hair and I was like, Dewana, this lock journey, it's just not going the way that you want it to go. So what are you going to do about it? So once again, I stood in the mirror, this time not drunk. I was sober. I was sober when I did this. I looked in the mirror and I started combing out my locks, because all my locks in the top of my hair has started to actually bud and lock and everything. So they were good to go. But I was like, you know what? I really want to cut my hair off. Truthfully, I wanted to cut all my hair off again, because I felt like, Dewana, you got to get back to that person, get that feeling that you felt those years ago again. But I started combing, some of them combed out easily, some of them didn't, and I just got some scissors again and just started cutting my hair out again. And I actually saved a couple of my locks. I actually saved about 3 of them, just so I can always have them to say, this was my year of, this is my lock journey, and this is what I cultivated from this lock journey. I don't want to forget it. It was a part of me. It helped me get to where I am right now. And so a friend of mine told me, I was telling her how I was feeling about my locks and how I didn't really, I wasn't really feeling them like I used to. And she was like, well, I showed her, I was like, I really think I want to shave all my hair off, and maybe do something in the middle of my hair or something like that. And she was like, well, there's a girl that I went and got my hair done, and she's really good, and this, that. And she gave me her information. I looked her up on Instagram, and we started just conversating through Instagram. And I was like, we have a connection. I like her. Made me an appointment. And I made my way up there like maybe 2 weeks after conversating with her. So when I went up there, I sat in the chair and she asked me, what is it that you want to do? And I already showed her some pictures of what, was on my mind or what I wanted. And she took me back to the barber. And let me tell you something. If it wasn't for the fact that I made that appointment with her, when that man, and his name was Shaba. When Shaba put that razor on the back of my head and I heard it go off, it was like, brrr, and I just felt like, no lie, I really wanted him to take all my hair off. I really wanted to say, you know what, bump getting these lock extensions. I believe I want to cut all my hair off, because I was just smiling from ear to ear. I was like, oh my God, like I feel it. I feel that feeling I felt 10 years ago of just a new beginning, And some of y'all might not understand that. That's okay. That's how I feel. I was feeling quite beamish in that moment. I was filled with happiness and optimism. I really, really was, about where my hair journey was going to go in this next year, in this next season of my life. So once he did that and he cut my sides and everything, I was like, oh, yes, I'm feeling it. And then Michelle blessed me with my lock extensions. Right now I have it back in a bun. I might push some pictures up showing you, different styles that I have done. Like, I've only had it for like 2 weeks now, so I'm still getting used to it. And this is my personal lock journey. I decided to get lock extensions because my hair was super short, and if I wasn't going to cut it all off, I wanted to be able to put my hair in different type of styles. I'm still going to enjoy my lock journey. As my hair grows out, I'm going to start cutting off the extensions, and I'm going to embrace who I am, and if it doesn't do what I want to do, Dewana can cut it off again. I don't, hair is nothing to me, for a long time. In those last 10 years, I went back to thinking, oh God, I've had all types of hair. I've had big hair, I've had braids, I've had faux locks, I've had, I love big hair. That's one thing about me. And I think I needed to get back to being just Dewana, period. And I feel like this is me, this is me and all my goodness. And I feel free, and I'm excited about my lock journey again. I'm excited to see where it's going to take me. I am feeling quite beamish, not just a wee bit beamish, like I said in my, what my little tag thing says. I'm feeling quite beamish. I'm really filled with happiness, and I feel like, when they say when a girl cuts their hair, she about to do something big. And what I'm planning on doing, what I want to do big, that really matters to me, is I want to get more in the Word. I want to get more in prayer. I want to get more in fasting. I want to get closer to God. And I feel like all that negative energy that was stemming from my head had to be removed. And I think I did what I needed to do to make me happy. So, the naysayers can say, oh, well, that's cheating, blah, 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 Have your lock journey your way. I'm going to have my lock journey my way. I'm going to enjoy it. I will be 47 this year. I don't care what nobody thinks. And that's on period, boo. Okay? Yeah. So that's it. That's all I really want to talk about today. That's a little short, sweet. I don't even know if this is short, tell y'all the truth. I don't even know. I probably done went on. It's probably 15 minutes. My bad. I like to talk. I like to talk. I like to get to know the people. I like to just spread my lovely face. It's all that and then some. God made it. Hello. And I like to talk, and I like to share my stories. So, periodically through this little blog here, I will be giving y'all updates on my lock journey and what it's offered me and what it's brought me as far as spiritually, just being able to not rely on all the things that I used to rely on in the past, to be able to be my true authentic self. That's what I'm trying to do here. So if you thought about getting lock extensions and you're in the Delaware Valley, I'm going to have my girl Michelle's link down on the bottom so you can get into it, get at her. You can, even if you're not in Delaware, you can make an appointment and get on a plane, train, automobile, and drive your way here and get blessed by her hands, because her hands is blessed. And she really blessed me in so many different ways. So I know that it was the right decision where I went, because we had like one of the best conversations that I've had with a stylist in a very, very long time. So that's all I got for you guys. If you like this, please subscribe, like, share, comment, give me some feedback, maybe give me some ideas for different styles that I can do, and I will try to do them. I mean, I'm not no hairstylist, that's why I went to a hairstylist, but I'll try my best. All right, and until then, next time, remember, you're all that and then some, ladies. All right, bye.